Hey everyone, it's Chris from LazyLiving.com and good news, I got bronchitis. So, Michael Pachter, I want to talk about this dude a little bit. He's an industry analyst. He works for Morgan Webb, the financial company. And he recently stated that PlayStation Now is a joke. For those that don't know, PlayStation Now is Sony's upcoming streaming service that they plan to start with the PlayStation 4, where you can stream games via the cloud, which is pretty much Sony's hard drives and servers, wherever the hell they are. And it's going to start with PlayStation 3 games and PlayStation 2 games and maybe PS1 games, and eventually go on to PlayStation 4 games. And it's also eventually going to go off of the PlayStation 4. It'll expand to smart TVs and other devices. So, Mr. Pachter said that PlayStation Now is a joke. And he's kind of right. He's kind of right, and he's kind of wrong. I think this dude is often got his head up his ass, and right now he's kind of got it halfway in there. His reasoning is that he pretty much said that no developer or publisher is going to want to have their games available on this service, specifically their new games, the PlayStation 4 games, I assume is what he's talking about. He said that no publisher is going to want to have these games on the service because it's going to effectively cut the legs off of their sales. Nobody's going to want to buy a new $60 game when they're paying, I don't know, $10-15 a month for PlayStation Now. And in one sense, he's right. But if you look at something like PlayStation Plus, for example, most of the time, I'm trying not to cough right now, so I'm kind of delaying what I'm about to say. You know what? Screw it. So most of the time, the games that hit PlayStation Now are not completely new. It's rare that a brand new game will hit PlayStation Now or PlayStation Plus for free. But a lot of semi-new games hit PlayStation Plus all the time. And this kind of brings up another interesting point. If PlayStation Now is going to be so much like PlayStation Plus, why are these two blurring the lines and crossing over each other so much? Are these two things going to become required? Is PlayStation Now going to become a part of PlayStation Plus? Is one going to become the other? Because, like I said, they're crossing over too much. And it kind of becomes a point of, what the hell? Why? Why do these two things exist from the same company if they're doing the exact same thing? Now, what I think that could mean is that PlayStation Plus could raise in price. And I think that is eventually inevitable, because Sony's already pushing the limit here. Even though they've got the gamers on their side and they're selling PlayStation 4s like mad, Sony is still hurting bad. They're a big company with a lot of different divisions, and they're not all as well organized and doing so well like the PlayStation division. So Sony's hurting. That's why you're being charged to play multiplayer games online now with the PS4. Which, by the way, question for you to answer in the comments. Is it worth it? Do you have a PlayStation 4 right now? And if you weren't a PlayStation Plus subscriber, is it now worth it to pay to play for multiplayer? I'd like to know what your thoughts are. But anyway, back to Michael Pachter. Like I said, he's got his head halfway up his ass here, because he said it's a joke. But if you look at PlayStation Plus, and if Sony just follows that same model, because clearly there's a lot of developers that are willing to put their semi-new games onto PlayStation Plus for free, why wouldn't they do the same with PlayStation Now? Especially when it means that it's not even going to be on their hard drive. It's just going to be streaming from Sony servers. I think it's a very good chance that there will be several games on PlayStation Now. Several PS4 games. Several semi-new PlayStation 4 games. I'll say at least, let's say 6 months. 6 months you'll have new games. I mean, if games like Metal Gear Rising can hit PlayStation Plus, why can't Metal Gear Solid 5 hit PlayStation Now? Think about it. But the other thing about PlayStation Now is that it is internet-based, which does mean Sony's taking this next step towards an always online future. And I think it is possibly an inevitable but sad future, because It's required. It's the only way you're going to be able to play these games. And if this is a success, like I said in a previous video, it could very well mean the end of the PlayStation 5, because better graphics could be possible on hardware from further away. You're just streaming a video and pushing buttons, which is just an input that travels across the world through the wires, through these series of tubes, and comes back to you. And that's when you see your character reload or jump or whatever the hell he does, or she. But that's what's going on. That's what's going on. But like I said, it's internet-based. So, Sony said that this thing, PlayStation Now, needs a 5 megabit per second connection in order to have a good experience. I put these backwards. A good experience. And a lot of people don't have that. So in this sense, Michael Pachter wasn't even talking about the connection requirements, but in this sense, PlayStation Now is still kind of a joke. And with all these companies fighting for the end of net neutrality, if that happens, PlayStation Now is pretty much fucked. Unless, suddenly the economy just booms and people are getting jobs that can afford to pay hundreds of dollars for an internet package that can support this sort of thing. But that's my thoughts. What are yours? Share them in the comments section below. Do you think that PlayStation Now is going to be a success in this current state, with the economy the way it is, with internet connections the way they are, including bandwidth caps and that sort of thing, I guess, and the publishers and the developers? Do you think that they're going to be on board for this sort of thing? Do you think that the future is going to be in a subscription-based plan? Let me know in the comments section below. Subscribe to this channel if you have not already. I got a comedy channel. You should check that out too. I just made a very funny video about, I'm not going to even tell you. You just got to click it and watch. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.